What is Verasity Crypto? VRA Crypto. Is it a total no-brainer? And is Verasity Crypto going to be the next 100x token? Welcome back, guys. As I said, Verasity VRA, that's what we're going to talk about today. And this coin, the use case in it is incredible. And it's going to run people like me out of business with gaming YouTube. That's how big it is. And it's not just YouTube, but I really feel that things like Facebook, how they run ads, any kind of video ads, and how people can defraud ads, Verasity Crypto fixes all that. So a lot of the big sites that you see that are running ads, which is basically every single site, they might become customers of Verasity. So you really don't want to miss this one, guys. So be sure to watch through the entire video. And if you haven't already done so, please be sure to smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and now let's get into it. So I'm excited to make this video, guys. We want to talk about what is Verasity. Well, Veracity's niche is really in esports, in video, and in all sorts of advertising. Their mission literally is to significantly increase engagement and advertising revenues for any publisher on any platform. So that's great and all, but what the heck does that mean? Well, we first have to go back to the problem. So let's talk about the problem that Verasity is solving. There's about $400 billion in online ads, and 40% of that, or that basically is $160 billion of those ads, are frauded. That means that they're not seen by humans, they're seen by robots or bots. So that's $160 billion of wasted advertising spend by brands. Over 2 million video publishers struggle to attract brands because those brands are not convinced that the ads that they run are actually seen by humans. And this affects big companies like Google, Facebook, and YouTube because a lot of the money that they make from ads, they actually have to return a substantial amount of them because of ad fraud. And Verasity has their own proprietary technology called Proof of View that really solves this problem. So what is POV? POV is the technology. It is the solution to solve this ad fraud problem. And what it basically is, it has 200 touch points, and it uses AI to immediately detect whether the person watching the video is a human or a bot. And once it detects that it's a human, that is recorded onto the blockchain. If it is a bot, then it's thrown away. So that is the solution. Right now, Verasity already has several products. One of them is the video rewarding system, which rewards VRA via a SDK integration into the publisher's video platform. And it's already available for YouTube, Twitch, Vimeo, and about 90% of all video players out there. The second one is the digital wallet, which is called Vera Wallet, which you can use to be rewarded tokens and used as a payment system for both crypto and non-crypto payment options. Third one is their proprietary video player, which optimizes ad revenue. And the fourth one is their Proof of View technology, which detects and eliminates ad fraud. And then we have the use cases. So Verasity owns two big platforms. One is the Esports fightclub.com, which is an esports platform and a video publisher, a video platform that is owned by Verasity. It's an all-in-one esports platform that is controlled and owned by Verasity, and they managed to scale this platform to over 8.6 million viewers for their tournaments. The second one is Verasity TV, which is basically an aggregator of publishers. We're not going to talk too much about that one. But here's the thing. Esports and online gaming is a huge market, guys. And Esports Fight Club, and they have another thing called the Game Store, is something that Verasity made in order to monetize. So that's what I really like about them, because they immediately thought, how can we monetize this? And the great thing is that both have taken off, and both are not dependent on any third party like Google or Facebook or any sort of third party that might put them under their thumb. So what's great about this is that Verasity can monetize gaming activities unlike mobile apps that are on iOS or Google Play, because apps on those platforms are not allowed to provide real-world rewards. So similar to how we have the current play-to-earn games on blockchain, kind of like Axie Infinity, where you play games in order to earn rewards, Verasity rewards people with VRA tokens by watching videos, by subscribing, and maybe winning in tournaments if you're a player on Verasity who's streaming on Verasity. So in that aspect, it is kind of like Theta and T-Fuel, where a lot of viewers, they get rewarded by Tfue when they're watching on Theta TV, for example. So with their business model, their revenue primarily comes from Esports Fight Club and their subscriptions, commissions on prize pools, subscriptions, video ad revenues, and transaction fees. So I don't know if you watched the movie Fight Club, which was really popular with Brad Pitt. I really enjoyed that movie. But Esports Fight Club, that is good naming because their second tournament that they hosted was spectacular. They had 1,000 teams with thousands of players that was streamed to millions of viewers. So they scaled that out really nicely. And because they have this integration where their player could be integrated with things like YouTube or Twitch, they can reward viewers without the viewers having to leave their favorite video platform. So the audience doesn't have to change their habit, which is great because changing habits is one of the hardest things to do. Whether they prefer YouTube or Twitch, for example, if they view, they will get a chance to earn. So the ecosystem that they have, the circular flow that they have is pretty ingenious because gamers and viewers require VRA in order to have the full functionality of the platform, and they can get VRA through Vera Wallet or through online exchanges that are trading VRA. And advertisers need VRA in order to fund their ad campaigns, and in order to scale those campaigns, they have to go and buy more VRA. Basically, it's like this. In order for these advertisers to show an ad to you, then they have to pay you in the form of Vera tokens, which is great because when Facebook shows you an ad, the advertisers are paying Facebook. They're not paying you directly. You don't get paid. But with this connection here with Verasity, VRA is actually paid to you. So you see the ad, you get paid for seeing that. Facebook or Google does not get paid for seeing that, which is fantastic. And the revenue that is generated from these activities are used to buy back VRA, which is then used to reward people who are earning VRA through things like viewing, for example. Alright guys, we're going to take a small break from Verasity. I really hope you're learning something, and if you're learning something, then I really hope you could consider, if you want to, smashing that subscribe button because I'm really trying to grow this YouTube channel to really help a lot more people who don't know anything about crypto to get into crypto, because the more people that we can get on board, then the more profits we can make. And that's not just because there are weak hands and they don't know what they're doing, but because it's a network effect. The more people that we can get on the network, the more money will flow into it. So if you don't mind, smash that subscribe button, but only if you're getting value from the content that you're seeing today. So esports is huge. In the other side of the world, in the eastern part of the world like Asia, esports is fantastic. It's huge. It's scaling. And that is very different from the West, I believe. So Verasity has a pretty nice niche and ecosystem that they're in right now. So they basically have a cash cow business because players have to organize themselves. They have to form their own cash prize pools, and Verasity makes this really easy for them to do, and Verasity gets a cut of the cash prize pool when tournaments are held. And then we have brands that are running ads during these tournaments, so they have to buy up VRA, and Verasity is getting revenue from these ads, these brands that are paying for the ads, and they're also getting revenue from the prize pools, and they use that revenue to again buy back VRA from the open market to reward viewers. So they have a very nice flow going on here where there's a good reward and payment system going on, and that will bring more people into the ecosystem in an infinite loop kind of way, because other people will be telling their friends about this, because if they tell their friends through referrals, then they also earn VRA. So there is going to be big network effect that is going to happen with Verasity, and money flows to where there is network effects happening. That is why Ethereum is growing so fast. That is why Solana is growing so fast, right? Money follows the network effects. And right now, for content distribution, VRA Verasity is really dependent on Akamai, which is a big CDN, but they're not tied to them. They can just as easily switch to Amazon Web Services, AWS, or Microsoft Azure if they find that Akamai is not working for them anymore, which is great. And just to put this out there, just wait for them to hear about Theta. Hint, hint. But guys, really, the proof of view is huge because that is a huge untapped market. And view manipulation definitely happens on big platforms like YouTube, Vimeo, and Twitch, for example. Being able to only count the views that are worth counting, that is the human views, is worth a lot to advertisers because they don't want to waste a bunch of money showing ads to bots, which they know what they won't make any money from. So being able to really know that they're only showing their ads to actual humans, that's going to make a lot of advertisers happy because they are actually getting their bang for their buck. Now I'm going to tell you a little story of how VRA screws people like me. And this story really centers about YouTube creation because when we release a video, the first hour that our video is released is the most important hour. So there are some YouTubers that open like 20 tabs when they first release their video in order to video manipulate, in order to get that view count up, to really kind of game the YouTube system, to kind of fake the way that this video is something. This video is getting a lot of views really quickly. And the great thing about this is that it doesn't really cost anyone anything, except for the advertiser, because they'll be running 20 ads, because there are 20 tabs, to the same person who isn't even watching the video. All that they are doing is they are building watch time and views, and that's what matters for them in the first hour. Yeah, the little money that they make from the advertisers, that is great too. So there's no way for YouTube to check for this sort of manipulation, and in fact, they don't want to. They're not incentivized to, because each time that a tab opens, the advertiser have to pay for that tab. Now imagine if you're an advertiser. You have to pay $1 for each time one of those tabs open. 20 tabs, that's $20. And you didn't even make a single penny from those ads because you have this YouTuber guy who is just here gaming the YouTube system. And YouTube allows this because they're earning money from you too, because they're earning money from you because you're the advertiser and you're paying for the ads. And this is what VRA is out here to fix, and that is only just one example of kind of like ad fraud that happens in the real world. So that's all I got, guys. Now if you enjoyed this video, if you actually learned something, which I'm sure you did, then please be sure to smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and check out these other videos that I have on cryptocurrencies and passive income. Other than that, guys, you know what it is. Stay humble, stay patient, stay focused, and stay disciplined. I'll see you next time.